Hello, welcome to Rose and Carter Do the JOB on a Monday. Single Wrestlers Day. My pick this week of Shane Douglas. Your thoughts, Bully Boy Carter?
I always liked Shane. I never liked fucking. I was never into ECW. It was like I never really got into it the way a lot of people did, and he was a fucking big star there, and that's, I guess you could say, that's what he's fucking more known for. In it was the fucking glory days of ECW. But watching I used to watch ECW. It just wasn't fucking top of my list for like priorities or whatever. But I always liked Shane. It was just like his character everywhere he went. But it's just fucking. He was so real. Like his promos were fucking brilliant. He was such a talented wrestler, and he should have done a lot more. I think in his career he could have been a much. He was a big name, no doubt, but he should have been a lot bigger. I think.
We said last week. I think he gets a bad rep. A bad rap for not necessarily anything he's done. Just like the whole Dean Douglas thing didn't help him. He had issues with the Click in the WWF, which didn't help him. So that probably fucking didn't help him later on in life when he, if he would have had a chance to come back. Did he lose that because of the shit that he went through before? ECW wise, I'm not a fan of the fucking, hitting each other with bins and fucking all that bollocks. But the wrestling part of the ECW, I thought was pretty cool. Like the Steve Corino types and Just Incredible and Jerry Lynn and
Jerry Lynn was I like Jerry Lynn. There's a few people that I really did enjoy there, and a lot of the WCW cruiserweights passed through there. Like your Malenkos, your fucking Guerreros, your Benoits, and everyone like that. They'd all passed through, didn't they? They had a lot of talent there. And but like you say, the whole the hardcore thing is it was 90% of the show, weren't it? When you watched it, it was generally so. That's what kind of put me off, because I didn't want to have to keep skipping shit I didn't want to see just to get to stuff I did want to see. That's
like out of 6 matches you'll get 1 or 2 that you want to see.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, it wasn't for me. But some of it, when I first started watching ECW, it would have been like 98. We used to get it on fucking what was it? Was it Bravo? Yeah.
But I think that was old stuff though, wasn't it? That was like from a couple of years before.
Yeah, because this was
half hour a day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because I think it was showing 96 stuff in 98, because it had Raven and that there, and he was in WCW at the time. So yeah, it would have been about a couple of years late, but that's when I started watching it. And at the time I enjoyed it and stuff. I was like 15, and but just looking back, it's something I never ever watched now. Like if I want to watch wrestling, I never watch ECW.
Oddly, it's the same as fucking a lot of promotions. I seem to like the oldest, like the newer stuff, if you know what I mean. Like I like the end of the AWA, and I like the 2000 2001 ECW more than I do the fucking early Dudley Boy fucking mid-90s stuff. I like the newer stuff. Like Shane Douglas. His name is Troy Allen Martin, November the 21st, 1964, which makes him 56. So he's still relatively young, isn't he? Been around a long while.
In fact, he's been around a lot longer than I thought he had, to be honest. Yeah. When you took your first match, like the year of your first match, fucking hell. Started right young, didn't he then?
Trained by Dominic DeNucci, and he debuted in 1982.
Fucking hell.
That's some stretch, because he's still going now, isn't he? Trained alongside Mick Foley.
Yeah, I remember reading Mick's book about him, actually.
He started as Troy Orndorff.
Right.
For a name. The fucking nephew, the gimmick nephew of Mr. Wonderful, obviously. So he started in 82. In 86, as Troy Martin, he wrestled on WWF television. And he actually wrestled Mr. Wonderful on WWF television. And several others, Macho Man and such. UWF Bill Watts's in '86 as well. That's where Shane Douglas, the name Shane Douglas started. It was given to him by Eddie Gilbert and Missy Hyatt, apparently. He won the UWF TV Championship from Eddie in August of '87. 89-90, he was in the NWA where he tagged with Johnny Ace as the Dynamic Dudes. Surfer fucking gimmick, wasn't it? 1991 WWF Babyface. He was in Royal Rumble 91, which, as far as I remember, was the only pay-per-view that he did at that period. But, a couple of TV matches. I remember Haku was one. Dino Bravo. Buddy Rose. Not really a great deal of fucking TV. They jobbed him out with him and some no-name wrong with the Orient Express once on TV, I remember. He did 2 dark matches, though, on Survivor Series and SummerSlam, both against Buddy Rose. And he replaced Shawn Michaels when he was injured in the Rockers. Ideal replacement at the time, really. They were quite similar, weren't they? They were, Shawn Michaels-esque, weren't he? 93 went back to WCW, where he beat the Super Invader on his first match in WCW in 92. It was Hercules in the mask, wasn't it? Tag with Ricky Steamboat. 93, 94, he was in the NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling that later became Extreme, where he joined Hot Stuff International with Eddie Gilbert. There's lots of Eddie Gilbert, like quite heavily influential, influenced by Eddie Gilbert. That's where the sort of foul-mouthed heel gimmick developed. August the 27th was when he won the NWA title and threw it down, and that's when Eastern Championship Wrestling became Extreme, which, you think about it, right? I've thought of this 2 ways. In my opinion, the NWA Championship was the greatest in the world ever, yet by 94 wasn't worth a shit.
Yeah.
So what? The other way to look at it is fucking hugely disrespectful. Why would you do such a thing? And then you look at it on the other, the flip side of the coin. It wasn't worth a shit anyway by then, and he was developing a brand new gimmick for himself and for the promotion. So, what do you do? I'd have probably done what he'd done, because it clearly did him well in the long run, didn't it?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
95, there was a group called the Triple Threat with Benoit and Malenko. 95 and 96, he was Dean Douglas in the WWF.
Triple Threat?
Yeah. The first, apparently there's 2 triple threats. The first was, there's 3 triple threats by what Google tells me.
All right.
Shane Douglas, Benoit and Malenko being the first in 95.
Right, okay.
And then there's more to come later.
All right, okay.
Dean Douglas, 95, 96. A terrible fucking school teacher gimmick. 96, he was back in ECW. 96 to 98, reformed the triple threat. This time with Candido and Brian Lee. And I think later Bam Bam, was it not?
Yeah, that's the one I know of. The one with Candido and Bam Bam.
99, he feuded with Taz. 99, 2000, back in WCW. US champion there and the like. Then all his mates fucked off to the WWF, didn't they? Benoit, Malenko, Guerrero, Perry Saturn. They all went to the WWF, kind of left him in the lurch.
Wasn't around about that time, because they're all fucking, from like my understanding, when they, like, the WCW lot went, what was that, like 2000? About that time, weren't it?
Yeah, in it.
And it was all to do with Sullivan, weren't it? Like they didn't.
Yeah, I saw a shoot with Steve. What's his name? Mike Graham.
Right. Okay.
And Mike Graham said to Benoit, because Kevin Sullivan was still putting fucking Benoit over, and treating him well with his booking. And he made him the fucking champion.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
There's no bitterness towards his work from Kevin Sullivan, but Mike Graham, obviously a friend of Kevin Sullivan's, said to Benoit, if you'd have done that to me, I'd have slit your throat, which is a fair cop, isn't it? But he didn't do it to him, so he's not going to, is he? And then the whole Benoit group said that they wanted to leave because they didn't feel safe, or they wanted him and Kevin sacked because they didn't feel safe. And then whoever was in charge said, like, you know, well, if you don't feel safe, you better fucking go, like.
Yeah, because from what I understand, Conan and Shane Douglas were two of the others, but the WWF didn't want them, apparently.
Yeah.
So, like,
I believe that though, because like I said earlier, the fucking he had trouble with the click. He was lumbered with that shit gimmick, Shane Douglas. Not his fault in any way at all whatsoever. But you know, he sort of alienated himself to people there at that time. Conan probably wasn't the most easy to deal with.
Well, I heard a rumor about Conan fucking years ago, because he was going to be originally Max Moon, weren't he? Before Paul Diamond.
He was 1 or 2, wasn't he?
Yeah, but apparently, from what I hear, I read it in a fucking magazine somewhere. I don't know how true it is. It might have been Power Slam or something, where fucking they they put a lot of effort and everything, because Conan was the first Max Moon, from what I understand, and they put a lot of effort and a hell of a lot of money into his fucking that costume, like thousands and thousands and stuff, and then he like fucking, I don't know if Conan walked out and was like, nah, I don't want to do it or something like that, and he kind of pissed them off because they put a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's from what, and then they got Paul Diamond in, didn't they, to do it or something? So that's where I heard that the shit with Conan started.
Yeah. So you kind of see why they left Douglas and Conan out when they hadn't really had any experience with the others, had they?
No.
You know, they've Benoit and Malenko. I don't know about Perry Saturn. He might have done some fucking jobs on TV, but I might have totally dreamt that. 2002 and 3, he was in XPW, that fantastic promotion that we watched a few months ago. he was the booker there as well, so it's fucking him to blame. 2003 to 2005, NWA TNA. 2005, he promoted the Hardcore Homecoming, which was when they did the fucking one night stand thing at the WWF as well, wasn't it? Same sort of time. 6 and 7, he managed the Naturals in TNA. 2009, he feuded with Chris Daniels, and then 9 to now on the Indies in general, still going. 4-time ECW World Champion, 2-time TV Champion, NWA Champion, and he was 82nd in the top 100 tag teams of the PWI years, along with Ricky Steamboat. 82, I think, is pretty fucking low. But again, there's a lot of teams to fucking cater for there, isn't there? So, yeah, he's been about, hasn't he? From 82. You know, what's that? 38 years now, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm 37. I was born 83. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's a long old stretch for someone that's only 56 now as well, you know? Right, what year's your first, dude?
I don't know, but I'm guessing it's the late 80s. WWF.
What promoter are we? What promotion are we in?
WWF.
Okay, mine is UWF. See, so mine will be before yours.
Right. Okay. What year is yours?
87.
Right. Okay.
UWF TV Championship. Eddie Gilbert versus Eddie Gilbert. Really enjoyed this one. Eddie Gilbert's got Dick Murdoch with him. Not sure why. I'm not sure, you know, whether they were a team or what. Fucking very young looking Shane Douglas though. You know, like almost shaved head at the side and fucking proper fucking gypsy mullet going on. Jim Ross and Missy Hyatt are commentating. Proper amateur wrestling kind of start, you know, a lot of mat stuff going on. Eddie slows him down. Very even exchanges though, really sort of nice, smooth, even wrestling. Hip toss from Shane Douglas, pin attempt. Eddie slides out. Proper shocked at this stage. It's so early on, but Shane Douglas he's such a good babyface here. I say shocked. I shouldn't be shocked because he's, everybody was good back then, weren't they? But he's such a good babyface. Shane with a headlock. Eddie Gilbert with a back suplex, and Shane holds on, which is really cool. Gets back to his feet. The basis of the shine is the headlock, like loads of headlock spots, fucking tackle over, wait for him, up he gets, headlock, take over, lots of that shit going on. Proper good stuff. Dick Murdoch's doing a class job outside the ring at like proper selling every when fucking Gilbert takes a bump, he's selling it as well. It's fucking, he's really good. Eddie Gilbert with a little bit of heat, but Shane keeps himself alive all the time. Nothing major in the heat, just fucking, your heel shit. Cracking small package from a slam attempt from young Shane. Eddie Gilbert on the arm and shoulder for a shed load of time towards the end of the heat. The finish is like a fire up, run the ropes, drop down, fucking clash of heads. Up he gets, fucking turns around, clash of heads. They're both geared. Shane goes out the ring. Dick nails Shane. Eddie Gilbert gets back in. When they clash heads, they go out the ring each side.
Right.
And then sort of fucking the referees with Gilbert. Dickie comes round and nails Shane, and then comes round whilst the referees with Shane then, because he's each side checking on the refs each side checking on who's, how everybody is. And then Dickie rolls Gilbert back in. It's very good. And it's an open finish that kind of leaves it open to do it again. Nobody really loses in that situation, do they? Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was good.
Oh.
WWF, you go, girl.
We've got WWF, fuck knows the year, but it'll be late 80s, against Dino Bravo, which you mentioned earlier.
Bosh.
Have you seen this one? You mentioned it.
No.
No?
Just a few I remember that got, because he didn't do a great deal of, he might have done a great deal, but I only remember certain ones, and that was one that I remember. I must have seen it.
Yeah.
Or I saw it on the list when I was looking up the YouTube for these.
This was very enjoyable, actually. Dino,
we like a bit of Bravo.
You what?
We like a bit of Dino, don't we?
We do. I love some Dino Bravo. This was before he dyed his hair blonde as well, so he mustn't have been here for very long, Dino.
Would have been after he dyed his hair blonde, wouldn't it? Would it?
No,
because when Shane was there, the WWF I watched of Shane's was July of 1990, and he was in the WWF 1991, 90 to 91. So he was blonde at WrestleMania 6, weren't he, Bravo? So this must have been after. This is probably 91, because he did the UK tour. Didn't he? Him and fucking Colonel Mustafa were against the LOD on that fucking WWF show. And he was dark-haired there, wasn't it? That was towards the end of the Dino Bravo life, weren't it? There weren't a lot left in Dino Bravo there. There wasn't a lot left of Dino Bravo at that point, was there?
No. So did he arrive blonde then when he came in?
Well, he'd always been, because he was dark-haired when he was in Canada, obviously. But WrestleMania 3, he was blonde when he was in the Dream Team.
Oh yeah, he was winning.
So 3, 4, 5, and 6, he was blonde.
Yeah, so he must have dyed it back.
Yeah. I never thought we'd ever sit here discussing fucking hair, considering neither of us have any. Welcome to fucking hair dyeing tips with Rose and Carter.
There we go. I'll start the match now. so so anyway, they fucking go on to tie up. Fucking Dino pushes him off, showing the fucking big fucking dude that he is. And I always thought Dino was great with the crowd as well. Like he really doesn't fucking do a lot. He just does that fucking fist in the air thing, showing his fucking,
Like a little skip and a fucking one arm up, doesn't he? It's brilliant.
And the fucking, it's not a lot, but the fucking fans like eat it up, don't they? Like,
I like Frenchy Martin when he was with him.
you are?
I like Frenchy Martin when he was with him.
Yeah.
I thought he suited him better than Jimmy Hart did.
Yeah. Well, that Canada thing, innit? That Montreal thing.
He had the sign, didn't he? Like he always had a fucking big sign with him. Like USA is not okay or some shit on a sign.
So yeah, he does the old push down. He does a bit of a taunt. They tie up again. Dino takes the eared. Fucking, he gets shut off. Fucking tackle, sleep leap, hip toss, and a fucking hip toss by Douglas. And then he does the headlock takedown, but it took a while to go down. Like he fucking done it. They got a bit stuck. How it just looked like it was on fucking slow motion, like the headlock takedown. He got there in the end, but Dino's a big dude, isn't he? So but he got there in the end anyway. He's working the head, Douglas. Finally, fucking, they work their way back up. He shoots Douglas off this time. Douglas does the tackle this time, but no one budges because obviously Dino ain't gonna bump that fucker. Douglas hits the ropes, fucking ducks one line, ducks in another line, crossbody, boom, 1-2, kick out, and then they go back into the headlock takedown, which was a lot better than the first attempt earlier. But it's quite a good start going back to the eared. Takedown. He's got the fucking headlock on him still. They work up to the corner where Dino cuts him off. And that's literally the cut off, like from the headlock takedown. They work up, they get to the corner, and Dino just gives him a fucking wallop. And that is literally like the cut off there and then, which starts the heat. Not long after the heat starts, he applies the camel clutch. And fucking Douglas fights up from it somehow. He fucking gets up, he hits the ropes, comes back, sunset for a little fucking mini comeback, and then Dino just cuts him off straight after that fucker. And then Douglas is all fucked up on the floor. Dino misses a couple of elbows. This is actually the big comeback now, actually, really. Dino misses an elbow drop on the floor. Fucking gets up, he misses another one. Douglas fights back, boom, 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 whips Bravo off, hits him with 3 fucking drop kicks. Gets a 2 count after like the third one. And then the finish is fucking just out of nowhere. Boom, like gets the 2 count after the 3 drop kicks, and then he whips Bravo off the ropes, he switches it. And then as he comes back, he just hits that side suplex out of nowhere, like 1, 2, 3, and that's it. But it was simple, but it was very good. Like it was kind of like most of it was literally like the first half of it was pretty much Shane Douglas, like the headlock stuff. And then bar a little comeback here and there, it was all like Bravo giving him the heat, most of it. But yeah, it was literally like 2 halves. But it was a very simple and very enjoyable match, to be honest. I love Bravo and I like Douglas, so it was bound to be pretty decent, I thought. So there we go.
Sorted. Yeah. July 90 is mine, WWF versus Buddy Rose. This is 3 years, same month, so exactly 3 years after the first one I saw. And Shane Douglas had proper developed in, he looked like a man now, not a boy. And,
yeah.
He's got some size on him and, a tan, and he just looked 100 times better than he did in the first one. Not that he looked shit in the first one, but you know what I'm saying. Buddy Rose, 217 pounds, it says on his fucking shirt. Brilliant. Alfred and Sean Mooney are commentating, which are fucking a fabulous, duo of commentators, I think. Proper quick start from young Shane. Ducks the line, fucking drop kick. Buddy through the rope. Buddy goes back first through the ropes and like holds himself on the top rope with his feet.
Oh,
and
yeah.
sort of fucking clonk on the back of his Elgin. Buddy Rose back in. He gets fucking. Buddy Rose back in. They lock up the hip toss, lock up arm drag, lock up slam. Fucking Buddy's showing off. Turns around. Shane gives him the 3. The old fucking Tennessee spot. Arm drag arm bar from Shane. Most of the rest of the way through, the shine of Shane Douglas is on the arm now. Very well placed and sort of well put together match this. Buddy Rose with a knee cut off. That's all it is. Just a fucking, Shane hits the ropes and he fucking knees him in the derby. Heat on the back. Like fucking driving the fucking knees in the back and the like. Bear hug from Buddy. Out gets Shane with the old fucking squash of the heroes. Tries the slam, falls back. Shane fights back after the slam. Sunset, but Shane doesn't hold on. Like he just fucking goes flying, and Buddy has the the know-how not to sell it and just kind of walk off and shit can it. Rather than some that would probably just fucking walk backwards or make Shane hold him in some fashion. Buddy Rose goes up the top at that point. He gets flared off, and then there's 10 heads in the corner and a big fuck off backdrop. And it's a victory roll from Shane. Like he goes up on the shoulders and then over. That's what beats Buddy Rose. Very good, really good. Buddy Rose, for a man of his size, is fucking quick as a cat. And he doesn't own up in any way whatsoever. He's not breathing out of his ring piece like, you'd have thought somebody would. He fucking all the way through, he's moving. Yeah, really good.
Sweet.
Go, Buddy, go.
Right. My next one, we jump quite a bit now to 1995, the 9th of September, which is actually the debut of Dean Douglas.
I haven't got any Dean Douglas.
Against the 1-2-3 Kid.
Good choice, that. Like us some 1-2-3 Kid.
So,
Sean.
Yeah.
Sean.
Number 1, Sean.
Hi, Sean. That's what we call him, just Sean.
Yeah. Sean against Troy.
Yeah.
So, the tie up, they fucking go on to the corner. Cheap shot by Douglas there and then. And like it's kind of like he starts heat straight away without even a little fucking shine at the start. There is a shine coming, but like it's just a bit of more heat than you'd expect. So like he gives him they do the tie up, get to the corner, gives him a cheap shot, and then he whips Kid into like the corner. And I was expecting to fucking Kid to like up and over or to boot up or something. He whips Kid into the corner and he takes a fucking hard buckle. Literally like fucking 10 seconds in, I'm thinking I was expecting fucking Kid to, burst out with something or whatever, but nah. Takes the buckle, boom, gives him a slam, boom, fucking, and then Kid gets back into it. So he whips Kid off the ropes, ducks the line, then a roundhouse kick. Fucking them kicks are lethal. Fucking
them fucking, when he bounces, he comes off the ropes and just fucking spins the legs. I'm not sure I fancy being on the end of one of them fuckers.
Some of them kicks are fucking lethal as fuck. So yeah, he gives him the roundhouse kick. Then he gives him them kicks in the corner. Then that fucking spinning one that gets you right under the fucking chin.
There's like a couple first, and then the last one is like pow, right in the kickset.
Fucking pow. Yeah. So he does them in the corner. Fucking. Then he whips Douglas off the ropes, gives him a spinning kick, just a normal fucking spinning kick. Douglas goes to the outside. Kid gives him a dive over the top rope, a spinny dive type thing. And then Kid gets back in the ring, and then fucking Douglas gets up on the apron. He's going to suplex Kid out the ring, but he blocks it and suplexes Douglas back in the ring. So they're both back in now. and then fucking Kid goes to the top. He goes for like a cannonball, but fucking Douglas moves and he just fucking lands on the ground and boom, starts some heat there. Bam, bam, bam. Fucking there's a chin lock by Douglas where Kid drops to his ass and gives him the jawbreaker. Fucking he whips Dean off the ropes, fucking ducks his ear, neck breaker by Dean Douglas, fucking 2 count. But then towards like now, Dean keeps hitting stuff and then picking him up. Like, he's not going for the win, like 1-2, and he'll pull him up by the fucking hair kind of thing, which is obviously like the heelish type of fucking twat, and he like really to do that kind of shit. And then he does like a springboard, like a fucking he picks up the 1-2-3 kid for like a back suplex, but like drops him, like puts him ass first on the top rope, turns him around, and then gives him an atomic drop. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, it's a bit different. I've seen people do that into a back suplex. Hit the ropes, then fall back with them. They like hit the
I
ropes.
don't know what advantage it would give you, but it looks cool.
Yeah, well, I was thinking the same thing. I thought that would fucking slow your momentum down, really, wouldn't it? Because you're fucking.
But it looks all right. It looks smart, doesn't it?
It was quite
Like
sick.
no move makes well, a fucking suplex is just as bad for the person giving it as taking it, isn't it? Really. Like I think I'd rather take one than fucking give one. It's a superplex. What the fuck? Whose idea was that? Like, it's not going to do either of you any good when you think about it from a shoot point of view. So, like,
Shit that would
bullshit for that, isn't it? Like it's just the same minute you drop an elbow, right, where you land on your ass, and that's fine. If they move, you still land on your ass, but you sell it like you've been shot.
Same as a fucking drop kick from the top rope. You hit them, you fucking can nip up, but you miss them, you're fucking dead.
Mad, isn't it?
I don't make the rules. That's just fucking.
For life's mysteries, isn't it?
It's fucking. So there we go on. Where were we? So yeah, he keeps picking him up. He does the springboard atomic thing. Then just cracks him in the fucking chop. Keeps pulling him up after pinning him. Boom, boom. And now Razor's had enough. So Razor Ramon comes out. He's like, that's my fucking buddy there. You keep fucking, he's like, because he's just playing with him now. He keeps beating him, but just not pinning him. Like, so Razor's out there. Fucking, what's going on in here? Like, fucking Razor gets up on the apron. Douglas pops him off. Fucking does it again. At some point, he gets up on the apron, fucking pops him off again. Waistlock, I thought this was a finish here because he's fucking popped Razor off the apron for the second time. Waistlock roll up by Kid and like a 2 count because that's like a fucking finish there, isn't it? Like, like I just thought it was going to be like the 3 count, but nah. Fucking Razor comes in, fucking starts sparking out Douglas, and then it's a DQ because obviously he got involved and whatnot. This must be starting like Kid's heel turn because like he's not happy with. I know that they had some beef because they went into that because this was 95. I know at 96, I remember Kid coming through the crowd and costing Razor the match against Goldust. So this must have just been like as Kid was like turning heel. So yeah, they start like bickering back and forth, him and Razor, and that was it. But it was all right actually. It was not a bad match to be fair. And like you were saying, the old Dean Douglas thing was a bit fucking pants, but you can only do what you do, can't you? I mean, it was still a decent match. It's just a bit of a daft fucking gimmick, really. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really know, like, because we're all for gimmicks, Me and you both like a good gimmick, but like, I don't know. Like, I
don't think there's anything wrong with a school teacher gimmick.
No, that's what I was going to say.
I just don't think it should have been. It should have been somebody that maybe didn't already, wasn't already established.
Yeah, I think so as well because it's a perfect gimmick to hate, isn't it? Like to hate someone who thinks they're fucking clever and smarter than everyone else. It's an ideal gimmick to.
And he used to do that thing in the the interview things where he grade people. You know, I can't remember the letters, but it would be like, you know, instead of fucking A and B, it'll be like da 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 da. He did this, he did that. TS, total shit. You know, it wouldn't be total shit, but you know what I'm saying. They'll just put two letters for something else. You know, it was entertaining, and he's a fucking great worker and everything. You can't knock it in any way. It just wasn't for him, even though he was a teacher.
Yeah.
You know, but he was more known as a wrestler than a fucking teacher, and everybody knew it was Shane Douglas. You know, he'd already done ECW and WCW and fucking WF before that, and Bill Watts and everything else. You know, he was well established by this point. He's fucking how long? He's 13 years in, isn't he?
Yeah.
I just don't think he's the right person.
Yeah, no.
My next one, which considering it's probably, you know, the biggest name of all the people I watched, was my least enjoyable. And I don't think it was their fault. It was just the fact that it was WCW in the year 2000. 3rd of October 2000, WCW versus Sting on Thunder. Shane Douglas with Tori Wilson. Shane Douglas does a promo. He chats about Sting saying he's saying that Sting's not a legend and that Shane Douglas is, yada yada, you know, getting himself over. Then Tori Wilson does a promo.
All right, fucking hell.
She's just chatting shit, saying the fucking town smells, and you know, Shane says she's beautiful and better than everybody. It's totally unnecessary because she's a, you know, just fucking let Shane do the talking, love. Then out comes Sting. That, I mean, the greatest Sting of all time is the blonde fucking surfer Sting in my head, right? But that iconic, it's a fucking iconic look in it. The you know, the crow Sting that's still seen today and still gets over, you know, and he's fucking 60 odd, still looks the same. The match starts outside the ring. Fucking Sting is fucking Bosch. He's all over Shane Douglas. There's like 47 people doing the commentary. Tony Schiavone, Mike Tenay, and Stevie Ray is commentating. Didn't know he did the commentary, but
yeah, I remember that in them days. I remember Stevie Ray doing some commentary.
Right, okay. I didn't watch a lot of Thunder, to be fair. I was probably washing my hair or something. It was all fucking Sting outside the ring. Like, they'd been out the ring for fucking forever, all over the fucking building. Sting with a chair, and then he fucking throws it in the ring. Tori Wilson grabs Sting's leg then, so Shane Douglas cuts him off on the apron. There's a shitload of heat, and then a fucking low blow and a fucking headbutt from Shane. The referee at this point, bear in mind, it's been all over the building. It's not been a count out. There's been chairs, tables, fucking everything but the kitchen sink. The referee's not given one bollocking whatsoever. There's a long fuck off suplex by Shane on Sting, like proper hold him up for ages. Look really cool. Abdominal stretch by Shane, and then he's reaching over for Tori's help, you know, pulling the arm shit. Sting hip tosses him out. Shane Douglas with a second low blow. Then Shane smashes Sting's balls on the post, you know, leg each side, fucking smashes his bollocks. Then he throws a table in the ring, and I'm like, have I missed something here? Is it one of these no DQ fucking, you know, one of these Falls Count Anywhere gimmicks? But clearly not. Stevie Ray says, of all the people in that commentary position, Tony, Mike Tenay, and Stevie Ray, it's Stevie Ray that says, is there no fucking rules anymore? You know, like, you'd think he'd have been the fucking thickest out of that three group, but clearly not. He's clued up